Alright, so in this video what we're going to be doing is essentially just converting things to percentages and then calculating percentages of certain quantities. So starting with question A here, we're given $3 out of $12. So essentially if we want to express this as a fraction, we're just going to write 3 on 12. And then we know we can simplify this fraction to 1/4. So now if we express it as a decimal, that becomes 0.25. But we want to know what percentage of $12 is $3. So what proportion of $12 are we getting at when we just choose $3? So what we're going to do in this case is we're going to multiply the 0.25 by 100. And then that's going to give us 25%. So basically what this is saying is that $3 is 25% of $12. Now let's do the same thing here in question B. We have $6 out of 18. So let's write 6 over 18. And that's going to be simplified to 1 over 3. So that's 1/3. And then it turns out that this is going to be 0.3. And then that's going to repeat over and over again. So that's going to be a recurring decimal. Now if we want to convert this number into a percentage, we do the same thing again. Multiply by 100%. And in this case we have 33.33% if we were to approximate that, or we could easily just write it as 33.3% just to denote this as a recurring decimal. But of course when we're dealing with percentages of things like money, we usually just round up to 2 decimal places because something like this wouldn't really make much sense. We want to have a finite number that tells us how much of that we're getting at. And so usually 2 decimal places in the context of a percentage is good enough. So now let's do 140 out of 5. So 140 divided by 5. We know the top is a multiple of 5 because it ends in a 0. So let's try and think what kind of number we could divide it by so that actually this is going to be 28. Okay, so now, okay, that doesn't look like a decimal, does it? But if we want to know what percentage this is out of that, then we still need to multiply, don't we? And indeed, we need to multiply that by 100%. So this one is going to become 2,800%. And that makes sense because 140 is a lot larger than 5. So if we're looking at it this way, we're saying that 140 represents 2,800% of $5. And now what we're going to look at is, let's say we have 45 cents out of $1.80. Obviously, we cannot really do percentages if we're not dealing with the same units. So we need to convert one of them into the units of the other before we do that. So let's just convert this to dollars. So 45 cents is the same as $0.45. And we're going to divide it by 1.80. Now at this point, I'm just going to get out my calculator because it's a lot quicker when we do it that way. And this is going to simplify to 0.25. So now if we multiply that by 100%, this is going to once again be 25%. So 45 cents out of 180 is going to give us 25%. Another way in which we could check that is, okay, so 25% is the same as 1/4. So if we multiply 45 4 times, then we should get this. And if you check that by yourself, you would notice that yes, you indeed get $1.80. Okay, so now we're going to be calculating percentages out of certain quantities. So we're going to start with 12.5% of 240 kilometers. So the first one we need to know is, well, how much is this in terms of a decimal? So we're going to have 12.5% divided by 100%. Such that the percentage sign cancels out. And then we're going to multiply that by 240 kilometers. So if we do that correctly, let's just plug it into the calculator. That's going to be 30 kilometers. remember that what you really want to do is you always want to just try and cancel out those percentage signs. So in this case, what you want to do is you want to just divide, because you want to get rid of that one here, and then you're going to multiply this by whatever quantity you're trying to get the percentage of. So in this case, the 100 is going to cancel out, so we're going to be left with 1/3 of 750, which is in fact 250 people. And for the last one here, all we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing, convert this to a fraction. So that's going to become 3 times 66. That's going to be 180 plus 24. Actually, 180 plus 18. That's 196. 180 plus 2 over 3, which is going to become 200 over 3. And now we're going to multiply that by 1 over 100%. So these two are going to cancel out, multiply by 300. So immediately we notice that we can cancel out those there. So we're going to get 2/3 of 300. So we know that's going to be 200 cars. And that's it. That's pretty much how you do percentages and how you convert quantities from one set of proportions to another, by basically using these simple ratios that we have outlined here.